And your salary that you earn as a casual worker who is a student in Australia, can it pay for your tuition fee in Australia? Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Princess Oliver and this is the Princess Oliver's Diary. We're in winter, so don't mind what I'm wearing. This is full winter attire like this. I'm fully covered up because the cold is not funny. Anyways, let me get to the video of the day. Now, I've been asked this question very frequently, and the question is, with what you earn, your salary that you earn as a casual worker who is a student in Australia, can it pay for your tuition fee in Australia? The answer to that question is yes and no, and I'll answer with starting with why I said yes. Your salary that you earn in Australia can pay for your tuition fee. Yes, it can. Now, let me start with the yes before I go to the no. Now, the reason why I said yes, it can, number one factor is it depends on what your school fees is. What is your tuition fee? Is your tuition fee within maybe $13,000 to maybe $18,000 or $19,000 per semester? If that is the case, it means that you have more work on your hands. Example, it means that when you are on holiday, you can work on limited hours. You are not tied down. You're not bound by the 48-hour work rule per fortnight. But bear in mind that it's not just working. You also need to work smart. It means that you need to work in an industry or sector that pays a higher wage. E.g., the health sector pays a higher wage compared to a lot of other sectors, ITs and all of that. But I know the health sector pays much more, so you are likely to be able to save. Secondly, if you do not have responsibilities back in your home country, you are likely to save more. You're not sending money constantly back to Nigeria or back to whichever country that you are from. You are likely to save enough that will cover for your tuition fee while you are in Australia. Now, another thing that you should also bear in mind is if you do not spend unnecessarily, you are likely to save more. So if you mind what you spend your money on, you are likely to save much more money. E.g., you're not spending money on trendy fashion, gadgets, and all of these things. If you're not the person who is easily influenced by a lot of the trending things and things that are, everywhere, things that will make you look like you've arrived, you are likely to save more. Now, another, which is an important adage I always say, is cutting your coat according to your size or according to your material, whichever way you choose to put it. Also need to live in an environment where the cost of living is not as high as other places. Living in the city also would cost you a lot, but if you do not live in the city, you are likely to spend less on rent and food, which is the major cost for a lot of us students, rent and food. Also, you need to plan your finances accordingly to the last cent. To the last dollar. You need to plan your finances. So it means you cannot spend recklessly. It means that you save more than you spend. It means that every dollar that comes into your account, it is accounted for. You set aside money every month or every week for your expenses, down to water, down to coffee, down to miscellaneous, transportation, feeding. That thing that could help you is cooking your meals. Now, if you are the type who will say, I don't know how to cook, so therefore I want to buy food from restaurants and fast food, you are likely going to spend a lot of money. Because let me give you an example. You go to any fast food restaurants, you buy a meal pack for like $13 to $15 or even $20 for a good meal. Let's say you buy $20. In a day, you buy your lunch $13. And you buy your breakfast, let's say $6, a coffee and maybe a croissant or anything. You buy that. In a day, you spend $20 on meal. That $20 that you're spending on fast food, that $20 can cook you a meal in your house that could last you for days, thereby cutting your cost of feeding by a lot. So if you want to also save, you need to also cut down your cost of spending on things, food outside. Cook your meals and take your meals to work. You save more. Do not buy latest fashion trends or whatever, gadgets and stuff like that, because that's what a lot of people spend their money on sometimes. If that is the case, you would save more and sort out one of the most important issues, which is your tuition. Now, another thing that could also be a determining factor is a lot of people say, oh, I want to live in this fancy house or this, drive this fancy car while I'm here. You also need to understand that these things will happen, but it will take time. So you have to plan accordingly at the point in time whereby you know that the most important thing for you at that time is your tuition fee. So sort that out and the rest will just automatically align when the time is right. So like I've said, I've mentioned a lot of things that could help you cover your tuition fee with what you earn as a casual staff or as a casual worker in Australia, as a student who is working casually in Australia. Your payment or your salary, your salary can totally pay for your tuition if you save more than you spend. Like I said, save more than you spend. Buy what you need and not what you want. Buy what is necessary, right? Buy what is absolutely necessary. Buy necessity, don't buy wants. Buy things that you know that you absolutely need. You don't have to have them if it's not a need, right? That can help you save more. During public holidays, instead of going on breaks and having fun and doing that, you will use the avenue of the public holiday rate, which is like three times the price of your actual daily pay. For example, if you earn a $30 per hour, during public holiday, you are likely to earn up to $70 per hour. So use those opportunities that are public holidays to work and save much, because that way you're getting more in those days. Thirdly, if your school is a trimester or a 2-semester, you might want to plan according to your school timetable, right? Or your school calendar. You might need to plan according to your school calendar. So it means that you need to take out time and say, okay, which days or which months are the months that I'm on break? Those months that I'm on break, I need to do X, Y, Z. It means I need to work extra hours. I need to do much more because I have this target. Also, give yourself a daily saving plan or a monthly saving plan or a weekly saving plan, meaning, okay, let's say you earn $1,000 per month, and it's okay, if I take out my rent, take out my feeding for that month, for that week, right? How much do I have left? Okay, I have $600 or $500 left. Let me put this in a saving and say, okay, this money, I'm not touching it no matter what. Okay, now I will go to the part where I said, know your salary or your daily income or your monthly income in Australia can't pay for your tuition fee. One of the reasons why your daily income can't pay for your monthly income or your salary as a student in Australia can't pay for your tuition fee is it depends on how much your school fees is. If your school fees is almost $25,000 or $20,000 per semester, it might be a bit difficult because it is $20,000. It's a lot of money, right? So those monies do not just come by. So it means that chances of you salary paying for your tuition fee are like, it's dicey. It's really, really dicey. I can't even give you a scale at the moment. It's really, really dicey. So if you have responsibilities in Nigeria or any part of the country where you are from, it might be difficult because whatever income that you have would not be divided into your daily maintenance, the people you have to take care of back in your country, and your tuition fee. You don't earn enough to be able to cover for all of those three expenses all at a time, right? So it means that if you have siblings or family members or loved ones that you pay money to or money for monthly or weekly, it might be a difficult thing, right? So it might be really difficult. Secondly, if you do not have a proper planning, you might not be able to afford to pay for your tuition fee with what you earn in Australia. When I mean you don't have proper planning, that is, if you spend more than you earn. Example of what I'm saying is, let's say you earn $1,000 per week and you live in an environment where your weekly rent is $400. To me, that is not viable, because there's no way you earn $1,000 and your rent is $400. If you take out your transportation and your feeding, you might not have enough left to save for your tuition. So you need to also now look at your environment. Secondly, what is cost of living habits? Are you the type who wants to buy food every time from restaurants and fast food? If it's that, you're likely to spend more. So you might not have enough money to save for your tuition. So you also need to check that. So the only way that can help is if you cook at home. Now, if you do not cook at home or don't know how to cook your meals, or you do not find cooking fun or in any way, you don't even want to do it, you might spend more eating out. That might not be a viable thing for you if you're planning to save your tuition fee from what you earn in Australia. So you might need to check that. Another thing is spending money on necessary items. E.g., you're spending money on gadgets, phone, items such as shoes, clothes, and all of these trendy items. If you are the one type of person who spends money on trendy items, you might not be able to save, because now your income goes straight to items that you're constantly buying. Now, if you want to save, you need to actually put that out of the way and concentrate on what's important, which is saving your tuition fee from what you earn. Another thing again that you should also look out for is the kind of job that you do. The kind of job that you do would also determine if what you get paid will be able to pay for your tuition fee. Now, if you work in the health sector, likely to get paid much more than anybody who works in other sectors, right? Because the health sector pays much more. But if you work in like warehouses and other areas, you might not be paid as much as someone who works in an healthcare sector. So the chances of them saving is much more than you who's like doing a pick-packing job or other jobs, maybe a coffee barista or receptionist or a supermarket attendant or any other kind of job, or a waiter or a bartender. All of those, you might not be able to earn as much as somebody who works in the health sector. So also the kind of job that you do as a casual staff or as a student in Australia also plays a major role as to how much you get to earn. So the more you earn, the more you're likely to save. The lower the pay, the lower the money you're likely to save. So you're going to be working more and saving less. But however, if you work in a good sector that pays you much money, you're likely to work more, save more, and spend less. That also could suffice. I hope this video has clarified that question. Bear in mind that during school session, you are allowed to only work for 48 hours. So put that in mind at the same time, because you cannot work more than 48 hours. I hope this video has been able to clarify that question of if what you earn in Australia as a student can pay for your tuition fee. Like I said from the very beginning, yes and no. I hope this video has been helpful. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, guys, please do not fail to subscribe. And if you watch my videos, put a comment. Please do not forget to like, share, comment, and most importantly, guys, put me on notifications so that anytime I drop a new video, you'll be the first to be notified of my video. So please, guys, do not forget to like, subscribe, share this content, and also leave a comment. It's very important. Have a lovely day, guys. Mwah.